Hello and welcome to the Stellar Devils preview show. Myself, Graham Munsey, joined by Dave Harley as we look ahead to this Friday's encounter between your home men, the Devils, and the visiting Kent Royals. I had to think for a second there what the team name was, Dave. That's a good start. Too busy trying to say Plymouth. If anyone watched the Friday Focus over the weekend, they'll know why I'm saying that. But yeah, Kent Royals is on Friday, Dave, and as always, we'll hear from both camps. We'll have Mike Hunter's blast from the past. But if we look ahead, it's I guess a reinforced Devils, would you say, as we start? Complin comes in for Willie Lawson, Elliot Kelly in for George Rothery, who's taking a break from the sport. And you know what? On paper, probably the strongest team that the Devils have put out this season so far.
Yeah, it's definitely good for it to be back to a solid seven, and hopefully Lee gives a bit of stability that the team just haven't had all season, really, and out number one, because even when Danny was there for a couple of matches and he struggled there, so we're needing someone to come and show and dominate and score points to give the team a decent chance of picking up the first one in it. But it won't be easy. There are a couple of tough riders in that Royals team, so as always a big challenge for the boys. But I'm sure Lee and Elliot will be desperate to impress on their debuts.
Yeah, I agree with that, Dave. It's another big challenge. Ken, a slow start to the season due to rain-offs and some matches being cancelled for other reasons. But as one of the two standalone teams as well. There's no such things as double headers after championship matches or anything. But they've shown their calibre. They've only raced 4 matches, but 3 wins, won a 4-point away win, only 1 defeat, and I think that was at Berwick, who are top of the league just now. So that shows what they're capable of. Albeit a few changes in their lineup as well. We'll maybe touch on that in a bit. But we go back to the Devils. We mentioned Complin, and we all know what he's capable of. But Elliot Kelly is a signing that excites me as well, Dave. We've seen his pedigree around Armadale before. Of course, he won the Caledonian Riders Championship, the CRC, the other year. I think was it age 7 or something he got when he was there last year as well.
Yeah,
so good pedigree and a young guy that was maybe lost to the sport. So probably exactly the kind of guy that the Devils are built for. We know in the future we want it to be 7 young Scots coming through the academy. That's a year or 2 away. So until then, Elliot Kelly, an 18-year-old, maybe ready to turn 19-year-old kid, looking to make his way in the sport, and that's exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, and a young lad that, as you say, was wanting to put in the miles. He did that Cali Riders Challenge, and he's probably been Armadale 2 or 3 times over the years, as you say. And someone who's really keen, seems a really nice young lad, and he was going very well. I'm not sure what was going on at the start of the season, but let's say just needs to focus on that now. He's got what we got. This is only the 6th Devils match, so
6 out of 14, so still plenty of matches left.
Plenty of matches to go, and lots of time for the Devils to kind of establish themselves, pick up a few points, pick up some wins, and as we always talk about, lots of experience, and that'll be just what Elliot's after, hopefully, and when we know we've seen young Josh Embleton start to show some better stuff. The last couple of matches, he does come back into the main body. The team switching with Greg and Miller again, but yeah, no, that's as you say, those type of young lads, especially like Elliot, they're hopefully could be the future and potentially riders that are going to develop and move on to the sport.
Yeah, that was going to be the next thing I touched on. Obviously, into the new month, and the new averages dictate that Josh Embleton spell at reserve was a 1-match cameo down there. But that 1 match he rode exceptionally, and he can take point of confidence for that in, and hopefully, Greg at reserve will be able to carry on from 2 matches ago. I don't know quite what's been going on in the pit side of the things for the Miller boys. Me and you both thought we were getting shot at on Friday night and sound one of the bikes. I don't know if it was Geiger or Miller's or if it was a first or a second bike, but one of the bikes had absolutely given up the ghost. So hopefully that was nothing too serious and everything's in place for that. Because, we're not here to be negative in any way, Dave, but those were the kind of guys we were looking to kick on this season. We saw it as the year went on last year. They got better and better as the year went on. We know what the Miller boys are capable of. I think back to that last, was it 2 meetings ago at home where Gregor got 12, paid 14, and but was passing folk for fun, was aggressive, was diving under folk, was holding position well, and that's kind of what you want to see. And then with the last match against Mildon Hall, and maybe I've been overly harsh here, but a pair of them might as well not have bothered that night, if we're being perfectly honest. And it kind of just need to see that wee grainy improvement again, I'd suggest.
Yeah, I mean, we've only seen it in flashes this year. Let's try and turn around and be a bit more positive about it. There is potential there, but they've got to sort out their mechanical challenges. And I think that was the main problem in the last match. Unfortunately, if your bike's not competitive, you're not going to be competitive. So hopefully, as you say, that bike certainly wasn't going at the end of last Friday. Hopefully they've managed to get that in the garage and sort it out, and they're back where they go on Friday night, because we both of them at reserve. That's you need a decent reserve at this kind of level. And I mean, Kent's going to come, and they've got a couple of young boys that have not got a lot of experience, and for the type of riders that the Northern boys should be looking to beat at home to take that next step. But that's it's what we're doing it for, and hopefully they're still learning and trying to move forward. That's where we need to start moving forward again.
Yes, you mentioned that there, Dave. We need them to be raring to go. One man that is, that's that Devils' new number one, Lee Complin. I caught with him earlier on today.
So Lee, I guess a bit of a forced absence, a forced break for you, obviously, since Newcastle shut down. First meeting for the Devils this Friday. It must almost feel like your season's starting again.
Yeah, I'm going to take it as a fresh start, obviously. Going with Newcastle, sorted all my teething problems out, and then obviously the folded, so then kind of got to where I wanted to be, and then I kind of stopped. So it's going to be a good stepping stone for me, I think, to be honest.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned that there, probably a different set of expectations, either from yourself or maybe from your club in this one. You're going in at number one. I think obviously you started the season for Newcastle at reserve, so while it's not a pressure-filled situation by any means, a good chance for you to get back to winning races and enjoying yourself on the bike.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's good that they've given me the chance, and obviously I've jumped it because obviously I want to ride anyway. Even if I was with Newcastle, it would have been good to have done both leagues as well. But obviously Newcastle folded. But like I say, we've been doing a couple of guest bookings for Edinburgh, and Sam Masters has been helping me out a lot, just with setups and talking me through things. And just like I said, these little tips and that has helped me a lot. So I wanted to put it to good use.
Yeah, and of course you mentioned that. I think it was against Oxford you guested, and probably came up to the slickest Armadale's ever been. We've been forecast for rain all day and it never arrived. So I'm guessing for yourself and your style, you'll be hoping there's a wee outside line there and a bit of dirt on the track for you to attack come Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, my setups and that have always been for the dirt and things, and everything's changed now. I mean, tyre pressures, exhaust, engines, you know what I mean? Just everything's come in one, and obviously I've gone with the old setups that I used to use, and obviously it's not been really working, and my gating's come on leaps and bounds. Obviously I've been really concentrated on that, so it's one of those where I need to change my style as well, so I can do both styles, the outside run and the inside, then I think I'm on a bit of a winner.
Yep, and obviously, National League now rather than Championship, but still, you look at Kent come up on Friday, and guys like Ben Morley and Alfie Bowtell both doing very well in the Championship. So, it's not going to be an easy ride, that's for sure.
No ride's easy, is it? I mean, end of the day, if you've got number one up against you, they want to beat you. So it's one of those things where, say if like you win the Championship and you come in the new year, everyone wants to beat you, but when you come in as the underdog, like a number 6, number 7, you've got it all to prove, and obviously the number one's got all the pressure on them. So it's good. I mean, every race is different, every gate's different. So like I say, it's just one of those things where I think everyone's going to be out there to win it, definitely.
Yep, and I don't know how much you've been following the National League, but it's not been an easy season so far for Armadale. They're still sitting there pointless. Yourself and young Elliot Kelly's been brought in to boost the ranks the rest of the way. So I guess the first step on that would be to get home on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, I've not really been following it, to be honest. I've started looking into it a bit now. Obviously, now I'm involved more. But yeah, I've seen they've been struggling a little bit. But like I say, it's just that is Speedway, isn't it? And obviously, then hopefully with these changes, we can get some points on the board and start, getting some wins under our belt. That would be nice.
Yeah, and have you been in touch much with the rest of the guys? I don't know if you maybe know any of them from before. Danny and Tom have been about a wee bit, but is there a group chat going and the guys all getting themselves G'd up?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to go there and try and give as much moral support and as much knowledge, not just on the track but off the track. Cause obviously I managed to be captain at Stoke and captain at Berwick. I kind of had a very good influence in the sense of it's just about the moral. You need the lads to be coming together. No one could be individualed out, no matter how bad they're doing. You need to get them G'd up. You need to keep on, patting them on the back. A bit of high fives. Just that team spirit is what's wins races without doubt. Because if you go into a race and you're a bit down and none of your teammates are supporting, you think you're letting them down, then you're going to think, oh sugar, and you know what I mean. But if someone's there saying, look, come on, you can do this, you're going to think, yeah, I can do it, and then you're going to go. So that's what I'm trying to bring to the team. Obviously a bit of old school, like where Sean Wilson used to race, that kind of thing.
And then I guess from a personal point of view, the seasons, we're only into July, season's only halfway there. It's a good chance to keep yourself in that shop window. We've seen most of the other Newcastle guys are fixed up somewhere now if they want to be or are able to. So I guess that'll be your next aim. Go in, pop some big scores in for Armadale and just remind all the promoters, if they get a gap, you're the man to get on the phone.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, I've been speaking to a couple of people, but it's my average. My average is I'm fit. So it's one of those where you can only go where it's going to fit. So as long as I keep banging the points and they can see that obviously I'm there. Maybe something might change. I might be able to get squeezed in, but this moment in time, my concentration is definitely the Devils.
We comp on there, Dave. He says himself, yes, he's, I don't know, upset's probably putting too strong a word on. That's not the word I used. But what happened at Newcastle, he was really looking forward to doing both leagues and getting busier and busier. But his focus just now is on the Devils and as good a number one as we hopefully will see in the league. And a man that sounds like from the interview is going to be more than just a team man on the track, off the track as well. And saying he's going to be to the Devils what Sean Wilson used to be to him when he was at Sheffield. Well, if you can put the points on the board that Wilson used to for Sheffield and have the boys having that kind of fun in the pits, then we're on to a winner.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a character, and you speak to people at Berwick and they've only got really good things to say about Lee. I've only spoken to him once myself, and he certainly seems keen to pass on his experience, and that's part of the National League setup as well. You can't have a team of 17-year-olds. You need some guys with experience that are going to help and show, and it certainly sounds like Lee's willing to do that. And as you say, because he's had a break from the sport, he really needs as much time on the bike himself as well. So disappointment. I'm sure he's very disappointed in the Newcastle situation, but the Devils gives him that opportunity to say, "Here I am. I'm still more than capable." And any championship team's looking for a rider, I'm sure should be willing to go. But he's got to turn up and score the points for the Devils first. That's what we're looking for. And, that number one to go and dominate races, score 12, 13, probably 15 points. But he's up for it. So let's see what happens.
That's it. We said that, probably as tough a match as you could ask for to start from a heat leader point of view. You look at that Kent team and they're built around as strong a top two as you're going to find in this division this year. Alfie, Bowtell and Ben Morley. Both of those guys capable of going through the cards anywhere in the National League. We saw how good Ben Morley can be at Armadale already when he guested for, put me on the spot here, it wasn't Oxford, was it? It was the week before.
You're right, yeah.
Scored, it was a Redcar he guested for and scored 5 or 6, and that was at championship level, so we all know what he's capable of. Probably will be a few changes a little bit further down the line for Kent. One thing we do know, Joe Alcock has been replaced in the team by Connor King. That's a permanent move. But also, sadly, we're still waiting on full confirmation as we record this on Monday evening, but it does look like both Jamie Halder and Sam Woolley will miss out. Both of them took ankle knocks in the home match where Kent got a 5-1 in Heat 15 from that pair, Bowtell and Morley, to take a win over Leaguewood and Berwick. So as we speak, we think that both of them will be missing. If anything's changed, our graphics whiz Dave Harley will have had the teams rolling along the screen somewhere as we go, and it will show on there. But we'll see what they do guess-wise, Dave. It makes it a wee bit of an unknown, but as we've said, Kent, a team that's always there or thereabouts towards the top, and started the season well, 3 wins out of 4.
Yeah, and as you say, they've already had one away win. They've had a tough match against Berwick last weekend. Excuse me, they've managed to take that one, as you say, with the last 5-1, and those 2 riders you'll talk about were unbeaten by a Berwick rider in that match. So Alfie, Bowtell and Ben Morley really are an impressive top 2. And of course, they'll be back again with the Plymouth Gladiators next month, so they'll be looking forward to that Monarchs match. So we know it's not the same when it's the Devils.
That's what it was, Dave. I knew there was 2 of the Plymouth Riders coming this week, so that's sorry,
they'll get some experience for that, but it's not the same. It's National League Speedway on Friday night.
Yeah.
Those guys will be looking to score well. I mean, both Tom and Danny, they know they need to do better as well. It's not just Willie's points that weren't as good as we were hoping for, and all the top 3 weren't going as well as we would hope. So this is a chance to go and do it. Maybe not against the top 2, but certainly the other 5 in that Kent team will be expecting a lot of points from the Devils.
Yep, and it's a Kent team that are definitely heading north, looking for points this weekend. As I found out, we're on.
Joined by Kent number 1, Alfie Bowtell. Alfie, thank you very much for giving us your time and a long trip up the road on Friday night, but one that you and the boys must be looking forward to try and build on that pretty solid start to the season you've had so far.
Yeah, no, thank you. Definitely the boys are up for it. A couple of them are a bit battered from Sunday's meeting, but against Berwick. But I think hopefully we're all fit and ready to go by Friday and ready for the long drive up.
Yeah, and it's been a slow start to the season Kent-wise. Of course, you've got the championship fixtures as well, but I guess one of those things with Kent being a standalone team, and then there's been a couple of fixtures called off for various reasons. So coming in high on confidence, I guess, after beating Berwick, who are currently leading the league at home last Sunday, but looking for some points to start moving up that table and start looking towards those playoff positions. Yeah,
definitely. We just need to concentrate on getting some points on the board, and if everyone sort of performs, or if everyone gets their averages in our team, I think we should do all right. It's just getting everyone firing. I'm not sure if all the boys have been up to Edinburgh before, but to be honest, I haven't been there in a few years. I think last time I went there, it got rained off. So it's fingers crossed the sun stays with us the weekend, which I'm sure it will, and we should get a few good rides in. Hopefully have a good one.
Yeah, and of course the Kent team this year kind of built from the top down, the way maybe yourself and Ben as strong a top 2, if not the strongest top 2 in the league. I'm sure there might be a couple of other teams that would want to argue me on that one, but that just gives such a basis. We'll look at last Sunday, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think both you and Ben went through the card, and if you guys are putting 25 to 30 points on the board, it's a pretty good basis to build on for the rest of the guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's that's the thing. As long as me and Ben do our job, and then obviously the other boys are at least firing, sort of getting there. As long the goal is that everyone's get their average, and I believe that's when the points will start coming up on the league table. Yeah,
and then from your own point of view, of course, it's it's always nice to be winning races. You're winning races in the championship as well, but I look about the National League averages, and I think you're certainly in the top 5, if not towards the top 3. And you must be at that stage of your career now where no race is going to be easy, but everywhere you go, you must be thinking, I'm the number 1 in this team, I'm the number 1 in the league, I'm going to put big points on.
Yeah, no, that's the aim. Obviously, every race is still hard. Everyone's there to be beat. Everyone's out there to beat you, and you're there to beat them. But when you're number 1, and I feel confident in my equipment and myself that I should be up there in every National League race. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to stay out of the reserve berth in the championship, just try and keep it at number 2 or 4. Do you know what I mean? That's the part in my career at the minute I want to be in. So I don't want to be getting beat in the National League, but obviously you're racing at the end of the day and you can't win them all. But you can try not to. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, and you mentioned that there. Obviously, you look through the last few years, and it's been maybe a couple of teams every year, losing positions because of injury, coming back, team changes affecting you, things like that. But now you seem to be on a pretty consistent run, both with Kent and Plymouth, and that must help as well. Just knowing that you only need to concentrate on yourself and your riding. You don't need to worry about anything else that's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, it definitely helps. I mean, it definitely helps. Just obviously less things to worry about, the better. Really, for anyone that's racing, sort of thing is as long as you got sort of like Plymouth, I seem to have it pretty dialed in down there as my home track, and just it's good to go there each week for your confidence, just to score a few points, and then my away meetings. My aim is just to try to score my average at least. You know what I mean? Just score my average, and obviously it's tough at number 2 down there, but that's what I'm looking at. Every race I go out and just to aim to win and try and ignore the other blokes next year, basically. But it's hard sometimes in that league when you look over and you got top boys next year either side of you.
Yep, and then of course we said already, no match is easy, but Armadale still sitting on no points on the board. You'll be coming up on Friday and viewing it as Kent's job to make sure that's the same once 15 heats is run as well.
Yeah, that's the aim, but obviously I believe you made team change out there, I believe.
That's right. So Lee Complin and Elliot Kelly come in for their debuts on Friday, so probably does strengthen the Devils that way. Yeah,
so they're probably raring to go, so that always helps with for Edinburgh, obviously. Now that you boys can obviously put up a good meeting. Fingers crossed, and see how we go.
Well, Dave, it will be another tough one this week, and we know we heard there, Kent up for the challenge, Lee Complin up for the challenge, me and you both up for the challenge as well. We'll be there on Friday. You can be too if you're watching. Get your tickets now, edinburghmonarchs.co.uk or armadaledevils.co.uk. In fact, it's .com, isn't it, for both? Or .co.uk?
No, .co.uk, I think you're right.
.co.uk, there we go. For both, click on the tickets link, or EMTV is available. We will be streaming to all on Sunday that wants to watch. No restrictions this week. EMTV is your link for that on both of those websites as well. Now, Dave, just before we go, as always, we're dipping into the archives, and this time it's Kent's cousins. Will we call them that? No, try to say that 10 times fast. It's the Sittingbourne Crusaders from 2005, and a couple of familiar names up the top.
David McAllan comes in as rider replacement, and that sets up another race against Blair Scott coming from gate 4. Ooh, a bit of unsteadiness at the start there, and Blair Scott takes advantage to go ahead. Tight there on the pits corner. Scott just holds out McAllan's challenge, and Gary Beaton is just in third ahead of Chris Hunt. Once again, McAllan, a very strong challenge on the inside. Terrific turn there by McAllan. He's gone ahead. Scott tries to cut back. That was a magnificent inside corner by David McAllan there. Scott battling to get back. And Blair Scott's hit trouble. His bike stopped.
Always good, I do enjoy going back to these meetings, Dave, and remembering better days of, more hair, less belly, glory days indeed, back in 2005 there. Hopefully more of the same action-wise this week. We'll be back reviewing all the action on the Friday Focus. So until then, get your tickets, get your stream. If not, Dave, we'll see you trackside. And what do we always like to say?
Friday night, Speedway night.
Friday night, Speedway night. See you there.